Hey everyone, so this is a combination Sephora and Ulta haul. It originally was going to only be Sephora because of the Sephora VIB sale that went on last weekend and is back today, if this video goes up when I plan on putting it up. But right before the Sephora sale, I got a 20% off coupon everything from Ulta. So VIB was 15%, Ulta was 20%. So I immediately grabbed everything off my Sephora list that I could get at Ulta so I could save 5% more. Also, the sun is literally, I'm watching it go in and out, in and out. We're just going to, seriously. So let's pretend that I'm not having my own little private light show and get on with the haul. So I will start with the stuff that you can get at, okay, I'm gonna ignore it. We will start with the stuff that you can get at Sephora if that's all you're interested in because you wanna shop the Sephora sale that is starting again this weekend, that is open to all levels of beauty insiders, VIB Rouge and VIB and BIs. So I will list all those details below. Let's get into the haul. First and foremost, I had this on my list literally for months. It's the SK-II facial treatment mask. I've used it before, not this particular one. I'm saving it for this weekend actually. If you want to just sample the most wonderful thing about SK-II and you are a little hesitant to drop $100 or $200 on the facial essence treatment, try an individual sheet mask. These are $17 if you buy one. You can buy them in packs of 6 and maybe 10, and the price point goes down per mask, but obviously it's much more expensive. So if you just want to give it a one shot, go for the SK-II facial treatment mask. It's a sheet mask, and it, I think, has as much essence in here. I want to say it's like a whole bottle or some crazy amount of fluid in here. And the advice that I got from an SK-II sales associate was put the mask on. It says leave on for 5 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes at least, just soak it in. And then when you're done, take it and place it across your upper chest because there's still so much serum in there and it really does wonders on your skin. So highly recommend that. I also picked up, because a lot of you, this was not on my original list, a lot of you asked me to try this. It's the Olaplex Hair Perfector number 3, repairs and strengthens all hair types. It's very similar in application to the Sicily Paris one, obviously much lower in price point. I think this is $29, in the 20s, I want to say, under 30, let's go with that. But the application is exactly the same, and the way your hair feels is very similar as well. I've only used this once, so I don't know which one I like better or which one I would recommend. They're kind of even right now. So let me use this a few more times and I'll get back to you. But I would say if you're looking for a good hair mask, then and you don't want to spend $100 on one, grab this one. It's really nice. This was an impulse buy. I bought everything I could buy online that I knew wasn't in my store, and then I went in store. I met my friend Danny, Dr. Danny here on YouTube. I took a friend of mine with me, and we just kind of wandered around the store. And one of the things I grabbed that I had no intention of picking up was the Ciate London Liquid Chrome Lip Gloss in the shade Luna. It is, I mean, I swatched it for fun and thought, oh my gosh, both me and I think Danny grabbed it too. The reason we were at the Ciate London area is because that Pretty Fun and Fearless palette, I think that's what it's called, the collaboration with Chloe Morello, was there, and I wanted to show Danny how pretty it was. I didn't buy it, and I have a really good reason for not buying it. It was on my list, and I had every intention of picking it up, but then out of nowhere, Ciate London emailed me that week and said, would you like us to send it to you? Yeah. So that is on its way from London, along with a few more Ciate London products, so keep your eyes peeled for a video on those products when they arrive. But this lip gloss, I'm suddenly rediscovering lip gloss. It's beautiful all by itself. Like, it's just a standalone, gorgeous. The opacity is amazing, and the shimmer in it just makes your lips look bigger and fuller. And okay, anyway. Okay. This is, everyone was asking about this. This is the Becca Hydra-Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I have it on. It is the most bizarre experience in makeup it's just weird, but not in a bad way. So the packaging is interesting. It has a seal on here that says, keep me closed to keep me cool. And then you have to lift this little top up. And then it's your typical kind of sifter, like mesh sifter. And when you swatch it in store, you're not gonna get it. It's very, very fine. You brush it across your skin, you're like, okay, it's very, very fine, beautifully milled, that's great. You don't get the full experience until you put a brush in it and brush it against your skin. The first time I did it, I was like, wait, whoa, is my face wet? It literally feels like you've dipped your powder brush in water and then dragged it across your face. Like you fully expect to see water, cold water running down your face. It is so bizarre. I don't know what the deal is. Like allegedly it's made out of 50% water. How it stays cold and feels wet yet is dry, I have no idea. I have to use this a lot more. I've used it like 3 times. It sets beautifully. The first pass, I will say, it still feels a little tacky to the touch, which is not what you want in a powder, but then you go over it again and it's fine. I think the true test will be when it gets warmer and I get more sweaty, how this holds up, but it wears beautifully and it didn't settle into lines, and it's just a funky, weird thing. I don't know if it's gimmicky or what, but it sets really nicely. The cool part, I'm not sure about the cool part. Then I picked up something specifically for my next Taking One for the Team video. I know I didn't do one in April. It's because, and March, I think. Yeah, March is because I bought all that stuff from Cicely Paris, and that was technically a Taking One for the Team. That was a huge investment. And then April, I've just been so busy getting ready for that blogger conference and buying other things that I just did not set aside a line item in my budget for Taking One for the Team. But May, we're back, and it's the Kojendo Aqua Foundation, one of the most requested things to review on my channel. I'm wearing it today in the shade 012. And I will say it is a perfect shade match. If I look a little paler than usual, it is because this is actually matches my skin. I tend to go bump up to a little more yellow or a little more warm tone just to give myself a little more, what I feel like is a little more warmth to my face, but this is really what I should be wearing. So I've literally had this on like an hour. So I'm not gonna give you any input on this at all, other than the fact that the shade range and the shade match, perfect. So you'll be hearing more about this in May after I give it a run. Let's talk about what is on my lips. I don't want to say I will never buy another liquid lipstick other than this one, but if you only want to buy one liquid lipstick, oop, there goes the sun. Get this, it's the YSL Glossy Stain. I have talked about these on my channel for years. This one is a little bit different. It's the Glossy Stain Pop Water, so it's a little less opaque, but you can layer it and build it up. This is 2 layers, 3 layers, and it's just like a lipstick. What I love about these is they are like a liquid lipstick, but they have the feel of a lipstick once they set. So they're not matte. They're still, can you see on these little lips? There's still a gloss to them. They last hours and hours. They last through eating. They wear beautifully. You can go for very nude. You can go for very bright or very dark and everything in between. This is shade 220. I just love I love these. These are like the OGs of, this is how liquid lipstick was meant to be. Not this flat, dead, matte, drying, horrible formula that basically is the same as the crappy drugstore ones that initially came out. I don't know why we are still buying into them. We need to demand more like this. So the YSL Glossy Stain, I chose this over the Dior one because when I swatched the Dior one that I was talking about in my wish list, I swatched it and it just dries down matte. It's like, no, oops, why? No, I'm going with the one I know I love. Okay, oh, how could I forget? The last thing that you can also get at Sephora, I love the box that came in, the T3 Polish Curls 1 1/4 inch clip barrel, and I used it today, and of course I've been fussing with my hair, so it looks like a hot mess already, but yeah, it's still a little hot. I already have the base, and so all I purchased was the barrel. It retails for $85. I got it 20% off at Ulta. You could get it for 15% if you're a VIB or VIB Rouge. Anyway, $85 may sound like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But if you have already bought the base of this thing and you just keep buying different heads for all the different curling iron or wands that you want, it's cheaper than buying a whole, high-end curling iron or curling wand. And that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But let me tell you something. I have been using those Hot Tools curling irons forever. This is an entirely different experience, and in my opinion, worth every penny. I've tried the gold barrel, I've tried the purple barrels. That's the only barrels I've tried for the Hot Tools. I also have a Hot Tools like bigger one, I think it's called the Body Waver. This is, you know, obviously more of a traditional size. The barrel, I feel like, is more useful. It's heated more evenly across, but what really stands out to me is why I love this more than my Hot Tools one is because the hair just glides through it. It doesn't get stuck. And I don't know what it is about the shape of this particular barrel, but I could get it right up on the base of my head because I flip it to straighten and smooth, and then I go back and curl. And I mean, yes, this part is pretty, but I don't really care about pretty. I want it to just work well. And my curls hold better using this, and my hair just glides through it. It doesn't get caught. I can get the gap in between the curls for somehow that I cannot get. You know, when you wrap your hair around the wand, you're supposed to leave a little gap in between each pass to make the more, anyway, I can't seem to manage it on the other ones, but maybe it's this extra long clip. If you notice the Hot Tools one, the clip isn't as long. This extra long clip really makes a difference. Anyway, can you tell? I really like it. I do. All right, let's move on to what I picked up at Ulta that you can only get at Ulta. First thing, remember this guy? Yes, I use it every night. I adore it. So I picked up a refill. I've already used it twice. My skin overnight already better because I had taken like a couple weeks off because I had run out and I hadn't gotten around to buying a new one. If you try anything for acne, like mild to moderate acne, this thing is amazing. Amazing. I don't know if you can get these at Sephora or not. I don't think you can. This is another wet brush. I haven't used it yet. I had one, it just disappeared. I don't know if Shane took it or accidentally threw it out because those things happen like when I'm like trying to clean up really quickly, accidentally things end up in the trash. But the thing about Ulta that I don't like is you can't pick your color, just a random one shows up, but hot pink is nice. I have no problem with that. So got another one of those. Okay, you will see this in my favorites. These are the Ulta Beauty brand 100 Premium Pillow Cotton Pads. I particularly like the slightly rectangular shape here. If you like Shiseido cotton squares, but you are like, no, I am not spending that kind of money, I'm telling you, the premium pillow version, they come in rounds, they come in huge ones, they come in different shapes. These are amazing, and this was like $3 for 100. So forget Shiseido, give this a go. You will thank me, I promise. I picked up from Makeup Revolution the Conceal and Define Full Coverage, I guess, concealer, and I got it in the lightest shade, C1, and I'm wearing it under my eyes. And if you're looking for a drugstore under eye concealer that is similar to Tarte Shape Tape coverage and Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer, this is definitely, it's not exact, but it's really close. Their lightest shade does not get as light as Tarte or Urban Decay. So if you are as fair as me, this works, but if you want really brightening, you'll have to bump up to the higher end. And then, what's on my eyes? This is the ColourPop palette in Double Entendre. Why is everything in French when they know I can't say it? It's like the makeup world is conspiring against me. Anyway, it's a cute little palette. It's their, I don't know if it's their pressed, I don't know which formulation it is. When you look at it, it's beautiful. Quick review here. These do not swatch the way they look in the pan, many of them. Many of them pull way more orange than they should. So that's a little bit disappointing. The pigmentation on all of them except one that I've tried so far is fabulous. The one disappointing one is this, like this shimmery brown is patchy and dry. The other ones are not, but it's not as versatile a palette as I was hoping. I will keep it because there are many great shades and I'm wearing quite a few of them today. But if you like this warm trend, but you don't want to go full on orange red, like a lot, like the Toasted palette or the Heat palette, you'll like this one. It's definitely more wearable shades, but it's missing a few perfect shades. And then the great disappointment, like I wanted to cry. Now let's keep this in perspective, talking about makeup. The Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder in Porcelain 1. I don't know if you can, whoop. Yeah, it arrived shattered. I haven't even opened it. I have kept the seal on because I'm going back to Ulta to return it. I have heard amazing things about this powder. It's like an illuminating pressed powder. So of course, right now my version is in the loose form, which is not what I wanted, and it's still leaking. Like I mentioned, the Sephora sale is still going on. So if there's anything that you want to stock up on, do it now. And I would say the standouts really, the T3 wand, and then at the other end of the scale, the premium pillow cotton pads. Amazing. Anyway, that's it. Let me know if you've already hit the sale, what you purchased, or if you're heading in this weekend, what's on your list. And I'd love to hear. I love getting your feedback and your recommendations because you're always spot on. Thank you as always so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.